SKOL VIKES, man. SKOL VIKES. SKOL VIKES, man. SKOL VIKES. Uh, I'm hearing B Flow was extended. Got some things to talk about tonight. I'm hearing B Flow was extended. Let's see what's going on with B Flow. That's first off. You know, it's a lot going on in Vikings territory. You know, purple people eaters are back. I repeat, the purple people eaters are back, right? You know, down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. You hear me? SKOL VIKES, man. So a few things to get into tonight, man. Like I say, B Flow, I believe he will be back. He signed an extension per Adam Schefter. If he doesn't get a head coaching offer or job, he will be returning to the Vikings. So that's great news for the Vikings, man. Also got some more Jordan Addison news to get into. To all the Jordan Addison haters, all the Jordan Addison naysayers, right, etc., etc. You know, I believe Kyle Rudolph was capping and yapping as well on K Adams about JJ McCarthy, my brother. So we got to tap into that as well. But another day, right? Another live. Boom. You already know how I'm coming, man. But the big news is Brian Flores. I'm going to dive into it in a minute. As we all know, this Brian Flores is an ongoing process. He's gotten interviews. I believe he got an interview with the Steelers. But let's just go ahead and dive into this Brian Flores business. Like I said, you can't replace a Brian Flores no matter who you bring in the building. Brian Flores is much needed. I don't care what nobody talking about. Give me 1 second. So wow, the rumors are true. The rumors are true. Oh man, what great news, what beautiful news. If what I'm reading right now is saying Brian Flores and the Vikings agree to a new contract, but there may be some stipulations to it. We finna dive into it, man, right now. But Brian Flores is, I repeat, him and the Vikings did sign a contract extension. So one part of it is done. One part of it is finished, baby. Yeah. I'm gonna check and see if it's any videos about it. But Brian Flores, irreplaceable, and I'm gonna stand on that 10 toes down. You cannot replace a Brian Flores, period. You know. So the fact that they got the extension done, got the deal done, is definitely a plus for the Vikings, baby. You know, no cap. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if it's anything in the news. Any analytics, if any analysts are talking about it as well. So Brian Flores is back. It's official. Brian Flores is back, man. You hear me? What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful day. This was big here, man. Heavy. J.O. in the building. J.O. in the building. What up, big dog? Flores is staying. I repeat, Flores is staying. Heavy, man. Vikings will dominate next year. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. SKOL VIKES. Anthony G. Webb in the building. Shout out Anthony G. Webb in the building. What up, big dog? Big SKOL, where you at? I'm right here, man. I'm right here, man. Don't even worry about it. Andre Sutton, B Flow sign. Let's go, baby. Let's go, man. SKOL VIKES, man. Let's get it, man. Great news for the Vikings. Great news for the Vikings. Now we need an offensive line coach and new OC. Let's work it, man. Let's work it, homie. For real. Shout out Holden in the building, man. B Flow is extended. B Flow is extended. Let's get it, man. Shout out Brian Flores once again. Shout out Brian Flores once again. Macy Yinny in the building. Macy Yinny in the building. Let's go, man. Holden said you should be grateful. I put NBA Youngboy on hold. Appreciate your big dog, homie. No cap. SKOL Vikings, man. Rimway, SKOL Vikings, homie. Yeah. Yo, can you listen to my song? Famous J in the building. What song, bro? What song, homie? You hear me? Drop the link, homie. Yeah. You hear me? Real purple and gold Minnesota Vike. I'm glad he's back. Everybody's glad. Everybody is glad Flores is back, bro. I repeat, everybody is glad Flores is back. Very important. Probably the best news of the year. Best news of the year, man. Hands down, man down. Addison charges dropped, but my boys might not be wearing purple next year. Don't even worry about it, Anthony G. Webb. Jordan Addison will be in purple. I repeat, Jordan Addison will be in purple, dog. You hear me? No cap, man. Yeah. Shout out Brian Flores and the Vikings. Get it done. Now, I don't know if it's some stipulation to this. I saw something where it said if Brian Flores, if Brian Flores gets offered a head coaching job, he may still be able to take it. I'm not sure how that will work. Let's just go ahead and get into it, man. Heavy. Shout out B Flow, bro. B Flow in the building. We know B Flow is much needed. You cannot replace a B Flow, man. Period. Go ahead and tap into this article right quick, man, and break it down. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Anthony G. Webb. So it's like, it's kind of like he extended, but did he really fully extend, right? So if he gets offered a head coaching job, he will still take that, correct? So it's really stipulations to it. You know, so if the Steelers say, hey, boom, we call you up, hey, Flores, we want you. You hear me? They say, Flores, hey, man, we want you, dog. Yeah. You know, he can technically take that head coaching position job at the end of the day, bro. Period. I mean, let me know let me know if those are the stipulations of the whole thing, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the article real quick and break it down. Yeah, but he left the building, so it's looking good. Hey, bro. Hopefully he don't take that no head coaching job, bro. You know, let me go ahead and dive into it right quick. Man, well, come on, man, get up out of here, man. Brian Flores, Vikings agree to new DC contract. Reportedly remains Steelers Ravens head coach candidate. So he is still a candidate for the Steelers and Ravens head coaching job. The Vikings have signed defensive coordinator Brian Flores to a contract extension. Brian Flores is still in the mix on head coaching job despite his new deal with Minnesota. I'm told he just interviewed in person with the Steelers earlier this week. So it's he got an extension, but it's not a full done deal. You know, so basically he's extended, but it's not all the way done. Basically, he can still go and take a head coaching job, period. Let's see if we can get more into it, man. See if we see the real stipulations and what the contract really is about. But the fact he was extended, period, I don't care what, you know, the Steelers or the Ravens are talking about. I don't think he even would have took the extension if he was even really was planning to go be a head coach over there around yonder anyway, right? That's my opinion on it. See what's up, man. Brian has a unique ability to connect with players, understand their skill sets, and put them in position to maximize their impact on the field. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said as part of the announcement, the identity of our offense is a reflection of his leadership and preparation. On a personal level, I really value the relationship we built over the last 3 years, and that shared trust, alignment, and high standard will continue to be critical to our success. You're damn right, homie. You're damn right. Give me 1 second, man. Yeah. According to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero and Ian Rappaport, Flores remains a candidate for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Baltimore Ravens head coaching vacancies. He'll stay with Minnesota if he doesn't land either job, per Pelissero and Rappaport. Flores received interest for roles identical to his current position, in addition to appearing in head coaching searches during the current hit cycle. Pelissero noted that Flores had interest from numerous teams as a defensive coordinator and interviewed with the Washington Commanders for the role. But his extension ensures that the only way he'll leave Minnesota is if he's hired as a head coach. So basically, boom, it's basically sealed and dealt, right? But like I say, it's still room for a little bit of concern, so it's not 1,000% done, set in stone that he will return. Because like I say, the Steelers pick up the phone, boom, hey, Flores, we want you. Ravens do the same. Flores, we want you, bro. He can really go. So it's good news, it's great news, but at the end of the day, it's still kind of an iffy situation, bro. You hear me? Heavy. You know what I mean? It's still an iffy situation, homie. Yeah. I mean, definitely be happy, be excited about the extension, but at the end of the day, bro, he could technically still take the head coaching job. I mean, let's say in 2 days, 3 days, the Steelers say, hey, bro, we want you. What's up? We want to hire you. Or the Ravens come, we want to hire you as our head coach. Then what? Definitely excited the extension is done. It's a pretty weird situation anyway, right? Like you give him an extension, but it's still opportunities for him to leave and go be a head coach. You would think once the deal is done, then boom, it's in the contract. He remains the DC. But whatever the case may be, homie, the fact that the extension is done is definitely great news. But we got to wait and see how it really turns out and pans out, right? Right. But he's not going to get picked up as another team's DC. Yeah, that's facts, Anthony G. Webb. That's great news. But at the end of the day, you got 2 teams remaining, the Steelers and the Ravens, and it could go really either way. Aiden in the building. My dog Aiden Chris in the building. What up, homie? Heavy. B-Flow is back, but kind of not technically back all the way, If Kevin O'Connell missed the playoffs, could Brian Flores be our head coach? Oh, definitely. If he remains in the building. Like, I think you definitely be excited about the extension, but you have to wait until it's really official. All this means right now is that he signed the extension, right? Boom. All right, cool. But at the end of the day, like I say, bro, like the article says, I'm sure like the contract says, if the Ravens or the Steelers come out there and say, hey, we want you, Flores, he can go anytime. We just really got to wait and see how it turns out for real. And that's what I was thinking. He's going to let KOC shoot himself in the foot, then take over in Minnesota. I would not be mad, bro. I would not be mad at all. Not one bit, man. Let's see where we at in this article. He'll stay with Minnesota if he doesn't land either job, per Pelissero and Rappaport. Flores received interest for roles identical to his current position, in addition to appearing in head coaching searches during the current hiring cycle. Did I read that part already? Pelissero noted that Flores had interest from numerous teams as a defensive coordinator and interviewed with the Washington Commanders for the role, but his extension ensures that the only way he'll leave Minnesota is if he's hired as a head coach. He was also linked to the Dallas Cowboys opening at defensive coordinator. Flores has familiarity with the Steelers as he served as a senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach for Pittsburgh in 2022. He also met with the Ravens on January 13th and reportedly has a second in-person interview scheduled. It's easy to see why the two AFC North rivals are interested in Flores, as his tenure in Minnesota has been largely successful. The Vikings ranked number 7 in the NFL in scoring defense during the 25 season, allowing just 19.6 points per game. They also amassed 49 sacks, the 5th most among all teams. Flores previously served as head coach of the Miami Dolphins from 2019 to 21, compiling a 24-25 record. And we all know what happened with, the whole situation in Miami. But Flores, that's definitely great news. I'm just very interested to wait and see what happens with this head coaching thing, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Interested to wait and see what happens with this head coaching situation, bro. Like, who offers him? Do the Steelers come back, this week and say, hey, we want you? You know what I mean? Do the Ravens come and say, hey, we want you in the building? Hey, man, you never know, dog. Heavy. Kevin O'Connell trusts the 27th-ranked offense out there. He should be fired. We the only team in the division that can't win a playoff team. They got to make you. It's piss poor, Aiden. It's piss poor, dog, early. Sam Darnold might win a Super Bowl 1 year after Minnesota let him go. Yeah, he might, man. He might, depending on how they play. Seattle has been managing him very well. Let's not forget, homie. Seattle has managed him very well. All season long, they've not asked him to do too much. They haven't put the ball in his hands too much. They run the ball and they play great defense, right? Boom. That's the key to success for Sam Darnold. Point blank, period, no cap. That's the type of football you play with Sam Darnold as your quarterback. They go out there versus the Rams. They make him throw 30, 40 times. He'll give you 2, 3 interceptions. I guarantee it. But McDonald has managed him very well. And he supplies him with the great defense as well, homie. Yeah. One thing McDonald does that KOC didn't do right is run the football. You hear me? Heavy. Period. Point blank. No cap. You know what I mean, homie? Heavy. That's the difference in McDonald and the Seahawks and KOC and the Vikings. They put Sam Darnold in the best position to play great football. What did KOC do in the playoffs? He wanted to force the pass, put Sam Darnold in bad situations. Act like he didn't know who Sam Darnold is or was, period. And that was the difference right there. You hear me? Heavy, homie. No cap, man. No cap. And that's just where we at with it, man. So boom. We'll see how it all turns out and pans out. But Flores remains so far. Flores stays in the building so far. But let's calm it down. It's not guaranteed fully yet. We have to see what happens with the Steelers, right? With the Ravens, right? Now, if they hire a head coach tomorrow, if they hire a head coach by the end of the week, then boom, you have room to be happy for real. But until then, I'm not going to go crazy, homie. I'm not going to get overly excited. Now I'm happy, definitely happy that the extension is done. But until the Steelers and Ravens hire a head coach, then we still don't know what's going on fully. is still really up in the air. You know what I mean? And reading that article just definitely explained it even more. So, yes, he has an extension. Yes, as of right now, he is the Vikings defensive coordinator. But at any given moment and time, you know, if the Steelers call or the Ravens call, he could be gone. So the Vikings still must plan accordingly. I'm going to check and see if there's any more news out there around yonder on that. I don't think as long as the case in court, he going to get a head coaching job. Yeah, the whole NFL thing, you got to ask, has the NFL put it behind him? Will owners still hold it against him, right? Will that really hold him back? But we know we know Flores is a real hot commodity, baby, a real hot commodity, right? Right. So sooner or later, that won't affect him at all. And depending on how KOC does next year, how the Vikings perform next year, right? You never know, dog. Brian Flores could be the head coach of the Vikings eventually. You know just how the cookie may crumble, homie. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's what it is, homie. Yeah. Shout out my boy Andre in the building, my boy Dre in the building. What up, big dog? What up, big dog? Yo. I blast the FTW hard today. What you say, homie? Hey, why you blast the man? What you say, homie? Yeah. Come on now, man. Yeah. 2022, if we had Flores instead of Donatel, we'd already have a chip. And we probably definitely would have beat the Giants first round, homie. Yeah, a chip. I don't know about that one, but we definitely would have got out the first round with Flores in 22, huh? I really believe that, dog. No cap, homie. Yeah. My boy Anthony G. Webb in the building, man. Yeah, homie. Yeah. You know? But shout out Flores. I just hope he remains a Viking. I hope the Steelers don't come 2 days from now and offer him a job and say, hey, we want you, bro, for real. Right? I really, really don't. I hope the damn Ravens don't come over here round yonder if they lose out on certain options and say, hey, we want you, homie. Yeah. Because he can and will be gone. So until then, until I'm for sure and for certain that he's going to be the defensive coordinator, huh, next year. I mean, this extension is cool. It's all good. But at the end of the day, homie, certain things can still happen and transpire. Now, I'm not saying it will, but I'm just saying, hey, I'm happy right now. The deal is done. But I'm paying very close attention to what goes on behind the scenes, bro. For real. Jordan Addison needs to stay out of trouble from now on. He needs to be training and catching passes with JJ McCarthy. Hey, bro, that's a big fact, but he really wasn't in trouble, homie. You hear me, Aiden Chris? I mean, charges were dropped. He is innocent. He is not guilty. You know what I'm saying, my boy? Now, why is he out at 3 a.m? I understand that. Take his ass to bed, lay down, focus on football, homie, period. But at the end of the day, he didn't commit no crimes. And even though he may have been tipsy or whatever, I mean, shit. Huh? I mean, how many people are tipsy every damn day, right, my boy? How many people go to the casino and get drunk or drink and gamble, homie? Yeah. I mean, that's part of the night life. And I ain't saying Jordan Addison has to be part of the nightlife, but at the end of the day, homie, he didn't commit no crimes. Charges were dropped. And him and his lawyer and his team are suing that casino for false arrest. Whether it's stereotyping, whether it's false judgment, whether it's targeting, whatever, homie, at the end of the day, they are under investigation. Now, does Jordan Addison need to stay out the spotlight? Yeah. Should he be outside at 3 a.m. in the morning? Hell to the no. Should he be working with McCarthy? Yeah. But like I know, right, homie? It's a certain amount of time they rest, they relax from the grueling season. I mean, some guys don't start training again till after 2, 3 months. You know what I mean? Some even longer than that. Yeah. So at the end of the day, definitely he needs to focus on football, period. But we can't sit here and paint the picture that this man is a true criminal when charges were dropped. JA ain't getting an extension. This gonna be this gonna be his year to show out. So he gets the bag with another team. Will he get an extension? I mean, who knows? We don't know that for sure. Anthony G. Webb, he could come out, put up 1,000 yards, homie. Yeah, he could come out and ball for real. Yeah. And the Vikings may not have a choice but to extend him, right? Or to give him an extension, right? So at the end of the day, homie, we don't know nothing for sure. But right now, what he needs to focus on and work on is working on his craft. You hear me? Working on his game, homie. Yeah. Now it may come down to Jordan Addison or Jalen Naylor. It may come down between those two. I mean, who would you really go with? Who do you really think is more talented? But the Vikings got to make a decision on Naylor this year. This offseason, bro. Period. So Naylor could be gone already. And then with the extra draft picks, could the Vikings, release Naylor and just let it be what it is? How much are they willing to pay Naylor? How much will they give Naylor, right? Right. How much is Naylor really worth? Do you break the bank for him? Do you overpay him slightly? I mean, what do you think other teams will give for Jalen Naylor? All things we have to really sit back and think about. If they can keep all of them, I would really love that. Because that gives you more chemistry, more cohesion, man, for a reason, right? Right. So boom. I don't want Naylor to go. I don't want Addison to go at all. I want them to put in work with McCarthy, grind it out with McCarthy. Heavy, man. Yeah. No cap. I think best case scenario is all them being back in the building once again. One thing you can't take for granted is chemistry, being on the same page, communication, understanding the playbook, all players being on the same accord, right? Right. That definitely makes a big difference. Heavy, man. Yeah. Hu Yang in the building. Shout out Hu Yang in the building. Who's gonna be your DC? Hu Yang, you wild, homie. Hu Yang, you super wild, homie. As of right now, it's Flores Hu Yang, but he can be there one day and be gone tomorrow. I mean, I read the article. We know what's in the contract. Yes, technically he is signed. He did get the extension. But one phone call, one wrong move from the Steelers, we're back to square one. Or one phone call from the Ravens, boom, we're back to square one. So be appreciative, be happy. You can even be excited, but I'm not going to overdo it until I see the Steelers have hired a head coach and until I see the Ravens have hired a head coach. And that's just the bottom line, man, for real. I don't care about nothing else, what nobody else talking about. It's official, but it's not 100% official. You dig me? You get my drifts? So let's see how tomorrow goes. Let's see how Friday goes and through the weekend and see what happens. Now, I don't know the full contract of how long the Steelers can still come back and say, hey, we want to hire you, or how long these teams have to hire someone. But at the end of the day, until it's said and done, until I see the Ravens and Steelers sign a head coach on the dotted line, right, I'm not finna go crazy about it. Now, I hear the news, I get information where, boom, oh, they have hired such and such. All right, bet. Then we can all be cool about it. But until then, don't forget, you know, don't forget, right? I'm not saying it will happen, homie, but don't forget. It's still an opportunity. It's still a chance for Flores, to leave. He believes KOC will bring us a Super Bowl. I called him dumbass fool. My boy Dre on one, man. My boy Dre be on one, man. You know? My boy Dre say he is not playing, bro, at all. Oh, my dog. My dog Dre say he is not playing at all, homie. Oh man, yo, for real. I don't know, Dre, man. I don't know how. It all depends on how KOC does, bro. If KOC gets out of his ego, bro. If KOC adapts, if KOC changes his scheme to fit McCarthy and fit his quarterback, if KOC runs the ball, if he actually puts in the work to change and not stuck in his ways, you know, and if Flores remains and the defense continues to play like it has been playing, no, KOC won't win us a bowl, but the defense can win us a Super Bowl. And if KOC can put this team in the right position, his offense in the right position, which just like Quasi's ability to draft, we don't trust that. What reason has KOC given us to trust him to stick into the game plan and stick into the new program? You hear me? Early. So hell to the no. But we gotta wait and see, Dre, how KOC responds. You know, dog, what did this offense look like next year? Training camp, OTAs, whatever, man. Boom. We got to really wait and see. You know? Quasi needs to make this his best draft where he can kick rocks with KOC. Big facts, bro. Shout out my boy G Web in the building, homie. Big facts. You hear me, homie? Yeah. One more again. This is the most important draft of Quasi's career, of the new regime. You got 10 picks, homie. You got to make it really work. I repeat, you got to make it really work. You know, you need at least 5, 6, like I said before, 5, 6 picks to hit. It's on Quasi, man. And like I said on the last live, right? Boom. If there's something going on behind the scenes, something fishy going on, all right, bet, bro. Boom. You know? But at the end of the day, dog, it is what it is. This is on Quasi. All eyes on Quasi, right? Right. No cap, bro. No cap. They catch passes all they want with McCarthy, just like Thielen. It won't work with that weak ass O'Connell's playbook. Big facts, Hu Yang. Big facts, Hu Yang. That's the main factor. That's the main factor. You know, KOC will be the main factor, homie. Yeah, point blank. Period, homie. No cap. Straight up. Will KOC continue the process? Will he continue to fix his scheme once again to fit his quarterback and fit his offense? Will he lean on the run more? Will he do what he needs to do for this offense to be very successful, to play complementary football? If he does, then we got a shot. We got a real chance. If not, we're going to see the same shit next year over and over again. Period, homie. Quasi is the main factor in this offseason, in this draft. And KOC is the main factor going into next season. We ain't got the cap. We ain't got the cap for what, Anthony G. Webb? I mean, technically, we ain't got to pay Addison to after next year. And I believe the salary cap will increase after next year, homie. Yeah. you know, heavy, man. Yeah. So it's definitely room to wiggle, especially if they don't re-sign Naylor, right? Right. So it all comes down what they want to do with Naylor, how they feel about Jalen Naylor. Will they keep him, release him, and you let him go? Boom! It opens up more salary cap space. But if you want to keep Naylor and you try to keep Addison next year, depending on where they're at with cap space, man, that's gonna tell it all. Heavy. But they can definitely make some moves to free up some space to sign that boy Addison if they want to. JJ McCarthy has had best relationship with Jalen Naylor when JJ McCarthy was looking good. That's why I say, Aiden Chris, you want to keep all them boys together if possible, homie. Yeah, right? You want to keep all them boys together if possible, for real. We saw Jalen Naylor and McCarthy connect on some big time plays. They really got in a rhythm, got in a groove. Period. So we're gonna see how it all turns out and pans out. Let's see if we can get to any Brian Flores news or video breakdowns as well about the whole situation. Give me 1 second. See. Give me 1 second, bro. I want to see if it's like any analysts talking about it, any real breakdowns, homie. Yeah, shit like that. You hear me, homie? Yeah. Give me 1 second, dog. Everybody's getting overexcited about the extension, but I don't think people really understand what the fuck is really going on, homie. Boom. Huh? hmm You have to pay attention to the game, the word play as well. It gets very tricky because everybody's celebrating Brian Flores this and Brian Flores that. But in our reality, if the Steelers come tomorrow and say, hey, we want you, homie, or if the Ravens come tomorrow and say, hey, we want you, Brian Flores is gone, you'll be back to square one. Pay attention to the subtle details as well. Don't get overly excited and not pay attention to what's really going on. I'm not gonna be super excited until I see, like I said, a deal signed and delivered, homie. You hear me? Heavy. And then I'll be overly excited right there. Boom. Then it will make it official. Brian Flores will really be back. But until then, homie, yeah, it's not over yet. Period. No cap, homie. Yeah. You know what I mean? Heavy. And that's just the real case to it. 1 second, man. See what Adam Schefter, is he on video or saying some shit? Not really seeing nothing on there. So at the end of the day, we gotta pretty much play the waiting game. Yeah, pretty much, bro. We gotta play the waiting game and sit on it, man. For real. Now you would think if they were gonna hire him, they would have hired him already. Why would he even sign the extension, right? But at the end of the day, dog, we don't know yet. We've seen teams change their mind before abruptly. You know what I mean, bro? Heavy. Speedy needs to stay at wide receiver 3. I agree, Anthony G. Webb, for real. I agree totally, dog. I've been saying all along, I want to see these guys stay together. I want to see these guys stay as one unit. I want to see these guys remain the same. Chemistry goes a long way, right? Cohesion goes a long way, bro. You hear me? Heavy. You know, staying together, homie, playing together goes a long damn way. Jordan Addison is better than Jalen Naylor, but JJ McCarthy has more chemistry with Naylor. He was balling in that 5-game winning streak. Yeah, it definitely seemed like McCarthy and Naylor had more of a connection, you know. But it's very weird, Addison and McCarthy had a major connection during the whole training camp. But we know Addison missed 3 games, so Naylor had to step up. And McCarthy just got comfortable throwing to Naylor early, even more than throwing to Jettas, right? Right. But I think if somehow you keep these 3 guys together, you keep these guys together as one unit, it will go a long way. Period, bro. No cap. hmm And if they put the right work in all season, he can have chemistry with all of them. That's why I say all season workouts, them doing it together, season programs, even before OTAs, before training camp, etc. Homie, yeah, it's going to be very imperative that they put the work in, running routes, creating timing, understanding each other, getting into rhythm, being on the same accord, all that, bro, early. It's all going to be very important. Agreed. Agreed, Aiden. Jordan could easily be a wide receiver 1 with another team, but as long as he's here, Jetta's Batman, and he's going to be Robin. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all, bro. For real. I mean, everyone knows who everyone is. Everyone understands everybody's role. We know Jettas is the 1, Addison the 2, Naylor the 3. It might be a little closer now, but we talk about Addison's talent is no questioning his talent for real. We know when Addison is locked in, bringing his A game right, performing at a high level, he's one of the best receivers in the league. And if you want to break it down from 1s to 2s, he's one of the best 2s in the league. His whole thing is what? Mental, first off, staying out of trouble, putting the work in the off season, bro, every time. But when he's focused, locked in, Jordan Addison can be very elite. He is very elite. He just got to keep his fucking head straight. You know what I mean? But he can definitely be great. This offseason, he really needs to be under Jetta's wing. See how he operates, see how he moves and grooves throughout the offseason. See what he does to stay out of trouble. I mean, no one's saying they can't have fun or won't have fun, right? But at the end of the day, don't do nothing stupid. I mean, and at the end of the day, really partying for what? In the streets for what? I mean, like, really, why? What is the benefit? Where does it really get you? Especially at this certain point of time. Ain't nothing in the streets, boom. Ain't nothing out there in the club. Nothing in a damn casino. You hear me? Focus on your craft and focus on winning and coming back better. Addison has a lot to work on this off season. He can put more weight on. He can get a little bigger. If JJ McCarthy doesn't win us at least one playoff game next year, he's got to go. Well, shout out my dog Alexander Schmidt in the building. But understand, Alexander Schmidt is no I in team, my boy. It's a team sport, and it starts with coaching. So I don't want to hear if he doesn't win us a playoff game. If you're going to say if somebody doesn't win us a playoff game, right, start with KOC. Start with that. Just start there. I don't want to hear nothing about if McCarthy doesn't do this, if McCarthy doesn't do that. First off, bruh, boom. KOC has to put him in the best position to fucking win. You hear me, homie? Yeah. And we saw it happen when KOC changed his whole scheme to fit his quarterback. You hear me, homie? Yeah. So let's not make this a whole JJ McCarthy thing. First of all, it's no I in team, bro. It's a team sport. 11 men on the field. 11 men on the offense, right? Right. Now, does McCarthy need to improve his play? Yeah. Does he need to be better? Yeah. Does he need to improve on certain techniques, certain mechanics? Hell to the yeah. But comment way down talking about if he doesn't win us a playoff game next year. It starts with your coach, KOC. And if KOC puts him in the best position to win, guess what? I repeat, I guarantee he wins us a lot of games next year early. Nitro Border in the building. Nitro Border in the building, homie. What up, big dog? Heavy. Big SKOL, didn't Flores sign with the Kings? What do you mean, Nitro? What are we talking about here, dog? Heavy. Expound. What the hell do you mean? Didn't Flores sign with the Kings, homie? What are we talking about? Round yonder, round here. Purple soda in the building. Purple soda in the building. What up, big dog? B-Flow is back, baby. No doubt. B-Flow is back as of right now. Once again, like I told everybody in the chat, purple soda. It's good. We can be happy, but at the same time, let's calm it down because nothing is guaranteed yet. Because at the end of the day, if he's offered a head coaching job, he can be gone just like that. Boom, quickly and swiftly. Yeah, very exciting time. Glad he's extended. But it's all going to come down to these next few days. Will the Steelers come back and offer him something? Will the Ravens come back and offer him something? So understand, be happy. You can be very happy. But this shit is not over yet, bro. For real, no cap. And yeah, you can sit here and say, if he was going to leave, why would he sign the extension? Well, no team has offered him a head coaching position yet. So I'm sure that's why he put in a contract agreement or clause. If teams offer him to be a head coach, he can still leave. And he won't be penalized at all. Or the Vikings get what? 3 compensatory picks for him, somebody said. So whatever the case may be, it's still a chance for him to be gone. That's my whole thing about it. I'm not saying he will leave. I'm not saying he will take a head coaching job. I'm not saying nobody will offer him nothing. But the interviews did happen, right? He went there for a reason, right? They put it in the contract. He could accept a head coaching job, right? So all I'm saying is this here, bro. Boom. Until the Steelers have a head coach, until the Ravens have a head coach, just understand Flores could definitely be gone if they come back calling. Period, homie. Yeah. Quasi is trash ass. Nitro board in the building. What up, man? Quasi has been definitely ass in the drafts. I can give you that. B flow for life. Oh, no cap, man. No cap. We should have fired when the Ravens fired John Harbaugh or Sean McDermott. We should have fired who, Holden? We should have fired who, dog? You know? I still want a backup QB because JJ McCarthy gets hurt. I want somebody that if McCarthy got to miss average or two or season, doesn't go up in flames. I'm assuming you mean average 2 games or something this a season, bro. You know what I mean? We gotta check the words, we gotta check the grammatical errors, homie. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we understand that McCarthy dealt with some injuries this year. All right, cool, bro. Boom. But we don't know how what will happen next year. He could come back next year and be totally healthy. Period, you know? Now I'm all with bringing in some talent, bringing in some real competition to make him better and see who's the best man on the field for the job. I'm all with that. I ain't got nothing against that shit right there. Make it a competition. Cool. Competition would be real good for him at this point of his career. But let's not make it about, oh, McCarthy's hurt or he stays hurt or this or that. There's no guarantee he will come back next season and be hurt again. He could be healthy all the next year. Then what you gonna say? You know? It happens, man. It's the NFL, bro. Period. It happens, homie. Yeah. I hope they do go out and get a Mac Jones. You hear me? I hope they do go out and get a quarterback who's competent and who can really give him a competition for real. At the end of the day, that only helps McCarthy, period. Holden says fire KOC. I feel you, my boy. I really feel you, homie. Yeah. Hard for me to trust KOC after telling lies all off season last year saying McCarthy was ready. I mean, it's been it's been tough to trust KOC, man. You know? Yeah. Heavy, man. Yeah. You know what I mean, bro? Early, no cap, bro. For real. Come on, man. He lied about running the ball more. He lied about having McCarthy ready. He lied about the whole offense. Period, homie. Yeah. So why the hell would we trust KOC at all? He just tried to throw his quarterback under the bus. Hey, man, Quasi, man. Boom. Shout out my boy Del in the building. Shout out my boy Delta in the building. You hear me, homie? Yeah. He say where the link. Hey man, I might drop the link a little later. I'm gonna get through this live first, man. It's gonna be a little shorter live, homie. Shout out my boy Del in the building. Let me get through these segment Delta, and I might drop it to end the live with it. You hear me? Heavy, man. Minnesota got to hire an online coach still also. I got to come on for this shit. Give me a sec, man. Give me a sec, man. Heavy, man. Let me get through these segments, bro. You know what I mean? Got to make sure I touch this Kyle Rudolph shit as well. I dropped the link to finish it up, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Let's get to this Kyle Rudolph situation right quick, man. Him and Kay Adams, Kyle Rudolph capping and yapping. Give me 1 second, man. For real. Wait, hold on, man. 1 second. There we go, right there. Boom. Hold on, hold on. We finna get into this Kyle Rudolph situation because he running his fat mouth as well. KOC isn't gonna change. He needs to give up play calling. That's the only chance we can win Super Bowl. Hey Dre, man, you know he probably ain't gonna give it up, homie. You hear me, huh? Yeah, that probably ain't happening at all, dog. You know. So the question is gonna be, can he get out of his ego and really change the offense for the better? If he does, we got a chance to win. If not, it's going to be the same situation for the next however many years. You hear me? Heavy. So, like I say, it's all on KOC. He is the main factor. I hope Minnesota Vikings have a backup plan for defensive coordinator. If Brian Flores leaves, you always need a plan B in any situation. Correct, Aiden Chris. Like I say, right now he's extended, but he can leave at any time if the right offer comes to the table. Not Brian Flores takes a head coach job in Minnesota, hires a scrub DC. You know, everybody's getting over jubilated, homie. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you gotta calm down. Certain things can still happen. And it's just the Minnesota Vikings way. You know, we've seen certain things happen before. That card guy in the building, that card guy in the building. I thought Flores signed a new contract. Technically he did, but technically he still can go be a head coach somewhere else. That's the whole thing of it. That card guy. That's what a lot of people are forgetting to say. The real details of the contract. Yes, he signed an extension, but it was certain details in the contract, right, homie? Heavy. You know? You hear me, huh? Yeah. So technically, basically, if the Steelers come say, hey, we want you to be our head coach, he can go. Or if the Ravens come and say, hey, we want you to be our head coach, he can go. That's why I keep saying until they hire, until coaches are hired over there and it's signed and is signed, dealed, signed, sealed, and delivered, I'm gonna still pay very much close attention to this Flores situation, right, homie? Boom. He did. There's verbiage in the contract that is void. If he gets a head coach offer, we can counter, I'm sure. Yeah, but we talking about head coach, Delton. You know what I mean, bro? We talking about head coach, something Brian Flores definitely wants to be. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Give me 1 second, man. You know what I mean? So Like I said, we still gotta wait and see, bro. No cap. I want to keep that one. Hold on. Want to keep all that. All right, let's get it, man. Boom. We got to get FTW. He's dividing us. Hey, man. You know, Dre, some people just are who they are, man. Heavy, man. Yeah. We know how just some Minnesota Vikings fans are, dog. Minnesota Vikings media creators, whatever. So Flo signed with the caveat if the Ravens or Steelers offer a head coach job, exactly the sharpest sword. Shout out to the sharpest sword in the building. My point exactly, homie. Yeah. you know? So that really changes everything. So it's certain things to the contract that people I think may not understand. They kind of took it and ran with it, right, homie? But at the end of the day, it's certain things in the contract that allow Flores to go if the right situation comes, i.e., a head coaching job, right? Boom. Early, man. Yeah. That's the caveat to it. Shout out Minnesota Spike growing the building. What up, big dog? Angel in the building. B Flow for president. Shout out Angel in the building. Let's get it, bro. Heavy. One more game, man. Kyle Rudolph was still one of my favorite when he was playing. He was one hell of a player, though. I was a Stephon Diggs. That was my guy. Now, Kyle Rudolph has some good moments, bro, but he started running his fat mouth about McCarthy. That's where the issue comes in, homie. Yeah. I mean, shout out Rudolph, but Rudolph, calm it down. Sit back there and calm it way down, homie. Yeah.
Contrary to what I mean, I think they have to bring in a veteran quarterback to compete with JJ. I think it's, a big mistake. Contrary to what I mean, I think they have. Contrary to what I mean, I think they have to bring in a veteran quarterback.
Give me 1 second.
Contrary to what I mean, I think that they have to bring in a veteran quarterback to compete with JJ. I think it's, a big mistake that they made last year, kind of just handing over the reins and not having a veteran to compete with them. There certainly were a few options, one of which is playing this weekend in the NFC Championship game. Another one in Daniel Jones that was in the locker room last year. This doesn't mean that JJ can't be your quarterback of the future, but just, handing him over a Super Bowl caliber roster and saying like, okay, go for it, and not having a veteran that is in that room and competing against him. I ultimately think that you're not setting him up for success. I think the Vikings organization realizes that, they're set up to win right now, and, JJ can still be the guy. And ultimately we can see, another veteran quarterback, maybe, a guy who's trying to find a home, has played good football, but, would be willing to come in on a 1-year deal and compete. I think that's ultimately how you'll get the best out of JJ and set the team up for success in 2026.
Who would be your target? Is it Daniel? That deal is not done. He could Aaron? Tua? Kyler?
Mac Jones. I think there's a lot of options. To me, if I'm looking at that list, Aaron, if he wants to come back and make a run with, you know, an incredibly talented roster in a division that he's very familiar with. Ultimately, Daniel, I'd love to see Daniel stay in Indy long term. You know, it's a shame that the roster got beat up the way it did. Obviously, Daniel had the injury with the broken leg, then the Achilles. So I'd love to see him stay there long term. But yeah, bringing somebody in, I think, doesn't really matter who it is. There's plenty of high caliber veteran quarterbacks that could come in, and Kevin always gets the most out of them. There's no better quarterback whisperer than KOC, and I think he would be a great spot if you're a veteran quarterback like a Tua trying to revitalize your career. I mean, I think they have to bring in a veteran quarterback to compete with JJ. I think it's, you know, a big mistake that they made last year, kind of just handing over the reins. And
So what the hell did he say wrong? You know, like what the hell? He didn't say nothing wrong there. I'm seeing people make it a big deal like he disrespected McCarthy or something. I'm ready to get on his head top and make his head drop, but he didn't say nothing wrong. Everything he said was definitely correct. You know, KLC fumbled the ball, bro. Period. You know, they should have had a veteran up in there compete with him. You hear me, dog? Heavy. You know? So everything he said was not wrong at all. He said bring a veteran in there, Mac Jones, Aaron Rodgers, whoever it is. Bring somebody in there to compete with him, and he's absolutely correct. That will only make him better. You know, they did handle the situation wrong, definitely. Especially if that was the offense that KOC was going to come out there with. They should have had somebody else in there, an older vet, etc., homie. Yeah. Period. No cap. So I don't know why everybody's making it sound like Kyle Rudolph disrespected JJ McCarthy or something. All he said was facts. All he did was say the truth. You know what I mean? He didn't say nothing wrong, not a damn thing. KOC was the damn KOC did drop the ball. He should have had a veteran in there who was competent enough to not only compete but step in the game and play well if McCarthy was hurt. Carson Wentz, pretty much washed up, bro. You hear me? No cap, no disrespect, but this man didn't say nothing wrong. I'm thinking he finna get all disrespectful. I'm finna really get on his head top and make his head drop. That's what I be talking about, bro. The cap, you know what I mean? The clickbait. You hear me, homie? Yeah. All a bunch of damn lies. This man was being straight up honest. Everything he said does nothing but help McCarthy. And if they bring in a Mac Jones, if they bring in a Aaron Rodgers, if they bring in whoever, homie, yeah, that does nothing but help McCarthy. This man spoke the damn truth. They did handle McCarthy wrong. And it starts with KOC. They handled him wrong for not having a veteran in there to really compete with him, to even help develop him. You hear me, homie? Yeah. KOC handled him way wrong, the worst ever, with that stupid ass offense he was running, waiting 15, 14, 13 weeks in the season to change some shit up. You hear me? They just handled him wrong at this dumbass presser they had when they threw him under the bus, him and Quasi, big biscuit head ass. So they've been handling him wrong the whole time. But Kyle Rudolph said nothing wrong, homie. Yeah. Early, homie. Yeah. I mean, what the hell did Kyle Rudolph say wrong, bro? Period. He said bring in a veteran guy to basically give him some competition, put some fire under his ass. You know what I'm saying? And may the best man win. I would love to see Mac Jones in the building. Just for the simple fact, you know, if McCarthy does go down, you got a competent QB too. You hear me, homie? Yeah. So somebody expound on what he said wrong or where the disrespect was. Matter of fact, let me play it one more again, homie. Yeah, you hear me, dog? Bitch, yeah.
And not having a veteran to compete with them, you know, there certainly were a few options, one of which is playing this weekend in the NFC Championship game. Another one in Daniel Jones that was in the locker room last year. This doesn't mean that JJ can't be your.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with the whole Sam Darnold thing. I don't regret them not keeping Darnold, because KOC would have handled Darnold wrong as well. We can talk about this all day, bro, all damn night. KOC didn't even handle Darnold right, especially at the end of the season. You hear me? Look at the difference in the way Seattle plays offense and the way KOC runs his offense, bro. Period. What does Seattle do right? Run the ball and play great defense. Yeah. The Minnesota Vikings had a great defense, but the offense was what? Piss damn poor. Period. No cap, man. Bottom line.
Quarterback of the future, but just, handing him over a Super Bowl caliber roster and saying like, okay, go for it, and not having a veteran that is in that room and competing against him, I ultimately think that you're not setting him up for success. I think the Vikings organization realizes that, they're set up to win right now, and, JJ can still be the guy. And ultimately we can see, another veteran quarterback, maybe, a guy who's trying to find a home, has played good football, but, would be willing to.
And that's Aiden Chris, definitely not Rodgers, dog. I'm just saying Rodgers. I just meant a veteran quarterback. You hear me, homie? Boom. Of course, we don't want Rodgers in the building. The Rodgers hype train is over. You know what I mean? Let me make that clear. Certain veterans, dog, certain veterans. Now, him saying Darnold, him saying Rodgers, that's just him talking, bro. Of course, we know we don't want Rodgers in the building. Kyle Rudolph, he ain't been in the building in a minute, dog. He don't really know about Vikings business. But of course, you got certain quarterbacks you want to see and certain quarterbacks you don't want to see in the building. The best option, I think, for the Vikings is a Mac Jones, bro. Period. Bottom line, no cap. You know what I mean? Heavy. Yeah, man. Aaron Jones, hell no. You hear me? Daniel Jones, I say hell no to that. Even though he balled out with the Colts. And if he was in your building this year, he would have gave McCarthy some real competition. All I'm saying is bring in a guy in here for cheap who you can get for the low, like a Mac Jones, but who also can really play ball. KOC isn't a QB whisperer. That was wrong. He's definitely not, homie. Did he say he was a QB whisperer? Did Rudolph say he was a QB whisperer? If he did, homie, let me know. This is only a short clip version of it. But KOC is nowhere near a QB whisperer until he proves it. If you're a QB whisperer, what do? Develop a damn quarterback, bro. Period, homie. Yeah. Brian Flores is back. He's back. Not 100% back, but as of right now, he is back. But James Shaw, shout out my dog James Shaw's in the building as well. But technically, he's back, but he can leave. You hear me, homie? Yeah. Period. No cap. He said nothing wrong. KOC fans, dog, starting shit. Oh, man. What's up, EJ? James Shaw's in the building. What up, homie? You hear me? Boy Andre. My boy Andre, what up, dog? Heavy, man. Yeah. He need to find the boundary mark and run out that bitch. Just he was doing when he was playing. Fuck out of here. Oh, man. That boy Dalton in the building, man. Heavy. Oh, bro. But yeah, Rudolph, he don't really know Vikings business. But as far as him saying, like I say, I ain't listened to the whole interview or the whole him and Kay Adams thing, but this right here, what I see right here, As far as the Vikings bringing a veteran quarterback in, I have no conundrum with that at all. I think it will definitely be good for JJ. Now, of course, you don't want Rodgers, you don't want a Daniel Jones, but you'll take a Mac Jones, or you'll take some veteran who's competent enough to give McCarthy some real competition, man. Heavy. And when he said JJ McCarthy was handled wrong in every aspect, that is big facts. He was definitely handled wrong by KOC, bro. Period. Bottom line, huh? No cap. Just what it is, bro. No way around it. That's just the true story.
Come in on a one-year deal and compete. I think that's ultimately how you'll get the best out of JJ and set the team up for success in 2026.
Who would be your target? Is it Daniel? That deal's not done. He could Aaron, Tua, Kyler,
Mac Jones. I think there's a lot of options. To me, if I'm looking at that list, Aaron, if he wants to come back and make a run with, an incredibly talented roster in a division that he's very familiar with. Ultimately, Daniel, I'd love to see Daniel stay in Indy long term. It's a shame that the roster got beat up the way it did. Obviously, Daniel had the injury with the broken leg, then the Achilles. So I'd love to see him stay there long term. But yeah, bringing somebody in, I think, doesn't really matter who it is. There's plenty of high caliber veteran quarterbacks that could come in, and Kevin always gets the most out of them. There's no better quarterback whisperer than KOC, and I think he.
Oh, that's Cat right there now. I don't know what the hell Rudolph talking about right there. KOC is not a QB whisperer. Rudolph, Rudolph the red-nosed fucking reindeer. You're definitely wrong there, bro. I understand you're a KOC, a Minnesota Viking nut rider, homie. But at the end of the day, you hear me, dog? KOC is definitely not no QB whisperer until he proves it. He no longer has that title. We no longer support him being called that, et cetera, man. Boom. Period. Heavy, dog. No cap. KOC is no longer a QB whisperer until he proves that shit with McCarthy, man. Yeah. I didn't even hear that part the first time, though. For real. No cap. And he said QB whisper. He way off with that one, man. He way in left field with that one, man. Yeah. So Kyle Rudolph, the whole breakdown of this short here, he's on point with bringing a veteran in to compete. I agree with him with that. But all that other dumb shit he said just now about the QB whisperer, homie, and this and that, no, homie. Yeah. Way out of bounds, way out of pocket. You know what I mean? And he's no longer even involved in the Minnesota Vikings business. QB whisperer, my ass, Gump. KOC is not a QB whisperer until he really proves it, man. Yeah. Bottom line, homie. Yeah. But man, we got 10 more minutes. I'm going to drop the link. We got a quick 10 minutes, man. Somebody want to come up, talk about Flores, 10 minutes, and that's it, homie, period, homie. I got to get up out of here heavy, man, early, yeah. Shout out Lorenz in the building. Remember, he played with Christian Ponder. We need a good running back to change the pass coverage to help JJ. I mean, we need an O-line first off, man. We need a solid O-line first, man. A healthy O-line at that. You know what I mean? Shout out my boy Lorenzo in the building, though. Lorenzo in the building, man. SKOL VIKES. But at the end of the day, man, we need a solid O-line. Of course, we need a run game. A run game opens everything up. But first and foremost, we need a head coach that puts his offense in the best position to win. That puts his quarterback in the best position to win, right? Right. You hear me? No cap. It's just what it is, man. Clear as day. I'm going to go ahead and drop this link, man. You want to come up? Come up. We got 10 minutes. I ain't gonna be here super long tonight. You already know, got to get up in the AM. Give me 1 second, man. Boom. We're gonna make this a little quick, short session. You hear me? Heavy. If not, you got questions and opinions, man. Put them in the chat. Let's get it for real. You hear me? Heavy, man. Brian Flores is back. Brian Flores is back right now. It's not official yet. It's not 1000% official yet. You know what I mean? Hold up, Dell. My boy Dell in the building. Hold up, man. Let's get it, man. Dell, what up, big dog?
Going on?
What's up, man? How you feeling, man? We got 10 minutes. How you feeling about it, man?
Feel good. Shit.
I feel you though. But it's not 100% though, dog. How you feel about that though?
It's all right. We can always counter.
Think so?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get this punk Rudolph off the screen, man. Hold on, man. All right, there we go.
Yo, the thing about it is, like,
Yeah,
it gives a nice little moose bump to our squad. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like you gotta keep that camaraderie going throughout the off season, man. And this is
Yeah.
what does it.
Chemistry,
You know what I mean?
especially on the defensive side. You know, everybody happy and shit. Metellus, all them boys. You know.
Well, we're not a big fan of Metellus over here. You know what I mean?
Pass covers. We should say linebacker Metellus, not safety Metellus, dog. You know. But shit.
No, so like one hand washes the other, right? You know,
Right.
we got one hand that's dominant, man. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
sure.
like it's just like I really think, man, like Quasi is giving himself an out, you know? He's giving himself an out. Like, yo, this is what it is. Like
You talking
if you
about
don't,
you talking about keeping Flores or Flores staying?
yes.
Got
Yes,
you. Dre, what
man.
up, man?
What up?
What's going on,
That's
Dre?
We took a little small step. It's a small step. You know.
I say it's big, man. Fuck all that, man. I'm geeked over here.
I
Right?
mean, you know, it's still open. You know, them long Baltimore and Pittsburgh is still open. It's a small step.
That's the big thing, man. Because if the Steelers come and say, "Hey, we want you," he can go. If the Ravens come say, "We want you," he can go.
And,
You know?
and you know, hey, the Steelers do not fire their coaches for nothing. So he got job security that's a 25-year job security off the rip.
The Steelers didn't fire Tomlin, man. Tomlin retired. But that's a moot point.
Yeah, Tomlin got up out of there.
But the thing is, so like if you look at it like okay, so boom, we got the third ranked defense versus 27th ranked offense. Right?
Piss poor. Yeah.
Right. So like who would you have faith in, man? You know what I mean? So Quasi's giving himself an out. Like if KOC can't get it together, bounce, motherfucker. Bounce him.
And
right?
So you saying if KOC don't get it right, you bounce KOC then hire Flores for head coach.
Correct.
Right.
Or even take him on as an equal, man. You know what I mean? Because we could offer him a head coach job, man. Co-head coach.
Yeah, you know KOC won't like that. His ego, dog. He ain't gonna rock with that, man.
I don't give a fuck what he like. If he don't like it, there's the door.
Right. Man, you know,
just like a side hoe. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Because ain't nothing special about him, man, as far as I can see. And this goes back, and this is going to tie in with why I don't like Rudolph's comments or the overall comments of bringing in a veteran quarterback. Like, if you hold somebody to the fire, hold their
Mm-hmm.
ass to the fire. Don't
Mm-hmm.
go get a veteran quarterback. Go to the draft to get a quarterback. What's wrong with that? Now, which
Well,
way you want to go with it?
it ain't nothing wrong with it, but if you go to the draft, that's defeating the whole purpose, man. Like he's saying, bringing a veteran to make McCarthy better and give him a real competition. You go to the draft, you
If
ain't gonna
you
get a quarterback giving him competition, bro.
look, man, if you got a manager working directly with you and you got a coworker and they
Mm-hmm.
bring on a coworker to teach you, doesn't that undermine the fucking manager?
Nah, no, bro, we talking
It
football,
does.
man.
It
We
does,
talking
we
man.
talking,
football,
we
though,
talking
dog.
about this
That's exactly
competition,
what
though.
you're talking about, though.
No,
But
you
that,
can't promise McCarthy he has a job.
right,
No,
right.
you
He
talking
got
about getting feet held to the fire. There's feet held to the fire competition, open
right,
competition every week. You
yeah.
got to
Right.
fight for your
Or
starting job,
right.
and that's
Or
what brings the
KOC
bench
gotta
down.
kick rocks, man. Or KOC gotta kick rocks.
Yeah,
You gotta teach
we
one of these motherfuckers something.
But
we
look,
did.
but look.
I rather have Steve Finansky than KOC.
See, that's the whole thing. Like I've been saying, KOC is the X factor, man. What does he do going into the offseason? Does he change the offense,
Bro.
or does he, or does he go back to the old KOC? I mean, that's the thing, bro. KOC is the X factor of all this shit.
That's why he signed.
But you got to have competition for McCarthy this year, man. He gotta earn this shit.
I know, but the dummy clown KOC ain't thinking like that. He's the whisper.
Now, he ain't a whisperer yet, dog. He got to earn that shit too.
No, that's all right.
That's in his
Let him wear
mind.
that
He think
jacket.
he can fix it.
You said let him wear the jacket.
Yeah, man. Let him wear that motherfucking jacket. If it don't fit, get the fuck out.
Yeah, man. I mean, it didn't fit this year, homie, but he's still here. You know?
Man, you
That
know
shit
the only
be
thing saving
crazy.
us right now. The only thing saving us right now is
Flores.
Pittsburgh don't have a franchise quarterback. Boy, if Pittsburgh got to get a quarterback that B-Flow think he can win with, we
Hold
can
on.
kiss B-Flow goodbye.
Hold on. But how long do they have to make that decision, though? You can't go the whole damn offseason and just have B-Flow under your wing and until you make a decision. Like, that's bullshit there. Like, it got to be a week, a month? Like, what is it?
Do you know that's the Rooney family now?
I'm saying, so hold on, Dre. So you telling me we can go a month, boom, a month is over, and the Steelers can come and say, "Hey, we want you, Flo." No, I don't think that's possible.
I
dog.
believe you don't understand the words coming out of my mouth. That is the Rooney family over there you dealing with.
No, but we talking about Rooney. It don't matter. It's what's in the contract, bro.
Oh, they above that. I believe the Rooney family above that. Yeah. The Rooney rule. Yeah. Yeah, they got big feet. Rooney's are one of the main families in the NFL. With respect.
Hold on. Dylan say, but he's already taken the second interview. So why would he sign this contract extension with the Vikings now then? Because he prefers the Vikings over those other opportunities, in my opinion.
Yeah, they don't have a certified quarterback. Probably Lamar. If him and Lamar can get on the same page, everybody else don't have a quarterback.
Darnold and Jones improved after KOC. Nah, see, people just be capping, man. The sharpest sword. Pay attention to Seattle and pay attention how they played the whole season. They managed Sam Darnold very well. They didn't put him in no bad positions, and they run the fucking ball, and they have great defense. KOC has had Sam Darnold throwing 32 times a game. You got to manage Sam Darnold, bro. That's why the Seahawks are winning with Darnold. He's a manageable quarterback, but you got to put him in the right position to win.
Darnold threw the ball 17 times last weekend, man.
Thank you, bro. My point exactly. Now, if the Rams get up early and the Rams build a lead and he got to go out there and throw that bitch, I guarantee Darnold going to give you 2 picks, homie.
Hey, boy, they coming out tonight, man. Them
Who that?
KOC fans coming out for the man 2 days, bro.
They love KOC
Hey,
for some reason, man. I don't know why.
hey, man. Hey, they
Lorenz in
fall
the
in
bill.
love. They fall
Go
in
ahead.
love with the deep ball and all that. And all that. No. We need to go back to winning in the 3 cloud of dust. We need to go back to that style.
The
All that
sharpest
old
sword
throwing the
say,
ball bombs over bad day style. They in love with his fireworks, and that ain't getting us nowhere. Nah.
It's a one-trick
Yeah,
pony,
fantasy
man.
football lover.
got to
The
run
cool
the
thing,
ball, man.
the cool thing about football is you have two sides of the ball with two things that you can do per play. You can either pass or run.
Hell
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yup.
There's two ways that you can take this motherfucker, man.
Yeah. KLC don't want to run though. Dylan say Seattle has the perfect team to insulate Darnold. Big facts.
Just say if you run 80 plays, why it can't be 40-40
I don't know, dog.
or 50-30? I don't want McCaffrey throwing the ball 30 times.
Look, man. Yo, I just want you guys to think about this for a second, man. Bringing in a veteran quarterback is going to give another fucking excuse, with giving this motherfucker a leash. Stop giving him a leash. Let him hang. You understand what I'm saying? Let this
No.
motherfucker hang. Go
Hold
to
on,
the
hold on.
draft the fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
If you a good coach, develop the motherfucker. Don't have somebody
Better
fucking
chance of
come
them
in
get him
here and then
fired.
try to blame him for getting in the way of your prized possession, McCarthy, who you just tried to throw under the bus, you snake motherfucker.
But look. The whole point of the veteran, it's not so much about KOC, it's about making McCarthy better, dog. Competition will only make McCarthy better, homie.
That's the job of the quarterback's coach first, the head coach second, who is an ex-NFL quarterback.
True. But
It's not a peer. It's not a fucking peer.
But look, Dalton. If you look at every team in the league, I mean, it's a certain level of competition, right? I mean, yes, you know who your one is, but it's also the backup is solid enough to compete for that job coming in.
Yo, do you know that's why that motherfucker Kirk Cousins loved that backup quarterback? Because he never gave him fucking competition. He was his little pet. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
He was safe than a motherfucker with him.
Yeah,
And it's the same.
Kirk was.
It's the same thing if we bring in a fucking veteran quarterback, dude. It's going to be another fucking excuse. Stop giving this motherfucker excuse passes, man. Hold his feet to the fire.
All right, so let me ask you this. So, for purposes alone, just if McCarthy gets hurt, to have a quarterback in there who's competent to handle the pressure. Because you bring another Max Brosmer in there, if McCarthy go down, then what? You say draft a rookie.
I'm not saying an undrafted quarterback, man. I'm saying draft the fucking quarterback. Draft the quarterback.
That's kind of a wasted pick, though, dog. You know what I mean? Because we technically don't need to draft a quarterback, dog.
Technically, we only have one drafted quarterback on the squad.
Facts.
And you're saying we're wasting a pick by drafting our backup?
Bro, but why draft a quarterback when that draft pick could go to a D lineman or a running back or something like that? Something you really need, a safety, a cornerback.
We got
10
picks. We got 10 picks in the draft, man. We got four.
Quasi it might be one with Quasi picking.
We got 4 picks within the first 3 rounds. And it really should be 5. We should have 3 third rounders, but whatever.
Oh no, bro. I'm just saying, if Mac Jones came in the building, I wouldn't be mad at all, dog.
We have to give up draft picks for Mac Jones.
Nah, not Mac. Not Roll Tide, homie. Nah. Draft picks for what? Draft picks for what?
With the Niners.
Hold on, man.
He's under a contract with the Niners. He signed a 2-year deal.
Mac Jones contract.
Remember us.
Why people clamoring for Mac Jones?
because he
I'm just
he had a solid
yeah.
collegiate career.
I'm going off what he did this year with the Niners when Purdy was out. 2 years, $7 million. So you can eat that $7 million. That's easy work. Eat that $7 million. You get rid of Hawkinson, Hargrave. That. You know what I'm saying? You can eat what, $2 million?
They're gonna ask for a 4th round pick at least. But oh wait, we don't have a 4th round pick, so we already jacked that one off on fucking Adam Thielen.
Adam, that's crazy. That's everybody happy about Thielen, dog. Slow ass Thielen running in quicksand. A dude say, shout out what a Penance in the building. He say he is still in the hunt for the head coach jobs. But other than that, Flores is chilling with the fat contract. How much did he get though? It's probably best. These grammar errors got to get better, dog. It's probably best chance to be a head coach staying here after the blowout KOC. Hey man, this grammar got to get right, dog.
I'm just saying, you guys, just try to keep an open mind about drafting a quarterback. There's more than one way to fillet a fish, man. You know what I mean?
Big facts. All I'm saying, we need draft picks, man. Like, ain't no telling how Quasi gonna perform. His scouting team gonna perform either. They ain't done shit with all the draft picks we done had so far. Motherfucker.
I think KOC got his fingerprint all on the draft picks.
Well, hopefully not this year because we really don't need offense because all of our offensive positions are all high 1st round picks or high draft picks, 1st, 2nd round draft picks. You know, how many fucking stabs do you need at the motherfucker, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out Black Arm Fox in the building, man.
Our front office is terrible, man. Our front office is just terrible, period. Man, our front office is like the Jets and stuff like that, man. And the Raiders, that's where our front office, we just get good players and they perform. But our front office is just like theirs. You can't tell me that.
If the Vikes bring in a veteran QB to compete, let them compete and give the best QB the starting job, whether it's McCarthy or not. Otherwise, it isn't an honest competition.
Everybody got to be on page, from the front office, coaching staff, players.
Hey man, let me
on page.
Let me ask you something, Matt. Let's say Trinidad Chambliss was available in the 3rd round. Would you be all right with the Vikings drafting him?
3rd round, it depends on what they do in the 1st and 2nd. I'm a big believer in McCarthy, dog. You know?
Right.
You know what the Wills do? They never do what it takes to win a championship. They don't never make the right call to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Just like they let Harbaugh walk out the door and get this claim. They never make the right call to get a championship team. Never do it.
I'm saying, man, bringing in a backup veteran quarterback who would I believe disturb team chemistry. If you gonna is or is you ain't my motherfucking baby. You know what I mean?
So you saying KOC should treat JJ like he treated Kirk and shit.
I'm saying this is your dude. You drafted a top 10 motherfucking pick of your draft.
Right.
Like the highest pick that we've had that I can't even remember. Right? The last 10 years on a fucking quarterback. And you need a quarterback and you a fucking an ex-NFL quarterback who's your head coach and the offensive coordinator. Do your thing. And if you can't do your thing with that, then really your thing, what is your purpose?
Yeah. I mean,
you understand?
we all know we all know he got a lot to prove. But my thing is the veteran. I like the veteran strictly just for McCarthy purposes. I don't care nothing about KOC, homie. But my thing is McCarthy getting better. And I think
that fucks up team chemistry. If you got two dudes coming in, if you hire somebody to come in and do your
Mhm.
job for you, you lose the respect of everybody else around you. Because really, motherfucker, what are you doing? This
But
motherfucker that you just hired knows more about this shit than you do.
it's not for him, Dell. It's for McCarthy and McCarthy really proving himself. You know what I'm saying? It's not per se for KOC. It's for
I
competition for McCarthy, dog, making
I
him
under
better.
I understand what you're saying, but
Hmm.
what I'm saying is the
Hmm.
motherfucker needs to be held accountable. People are
That's on the
people are
play
more,
call.
you know, the fucked up part is, man, is people are more worried about what they look like than the content of their fucking character
Yeah,
and what they
yeah,
can do.
real shit.
All right, but, okay, what JJ gonna do?
What you
We
mean?
could cry about KOC. He just calling bad plays. What
What you mean?
JJ need to go do? JJ better not be on vacation right now. He better not be.
Hold on, Dre. Hold on, Dre. Calm it down, Dre. First of all, every NFL player take about a month off, dog, just to rest their body. A month or two. That's first, dog. You know what I'm saying? They don't just get back to working out and get back into a rigorous program, homie. They got to rest a little bit.
Okay,
But
what he got? Tell me
I
what's
get what you're
wrong with him.
saying. I get what you're saying. He needs to work on his footwork first off, his throwing mechanics, reading the field, and better accuracy and more touch on the ball. But that all comes with time and development, bro. That all can be fixed. You know what I'm
And now
saying?
a month been passed up. We've been
I'm,
out for a month.
right. I'm sure he's getting back into the groove right now. He need to put
Yeah,
some
he
weight on as well.
I want him in the gym.
Yeah,
If
in the
not
gym.
pumping iron, if he ain't throwing and all that, you can at least be in there pumping iron.
Yeah, get in the gym, get your weight up, become stronger. Facts. But I'm saying all this can be developed, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know he gonna call her. We know that's why took the job. That's why he resigned, because he know KOC is gonna do a piss poor job, and the defense gonna overshine the offense with less talent, and then he's out of there, and then Bleefo, we gonna roll. That's how the season gonna play out.
I'm gonna say this right here. If KOC sticks to the guns that he did during the end of the season, and he says, "All right, boom, I know who I got in my quarterback. I'm gonna develop him. I'm gonna change my offense." The Vikings can be a good team next year, man. If Brian Flores remains, but if KOC go back to his old ways, the shit is over, dog. You know.
Okay.
Too much spice spoils the broth.
I like that one.
I mean, have you ever seen a tiger without stripes? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen a tiger without stripes? No.
Hey, Delta be coming with little phrases, dog. Hey, say it again one more time, Del.
Too much spice spoils the broth.
No cap, no cap. So you saying basically saying KOC was trying to be too spicy, right, with the offense?
Yo, look, no, I'm saying, motherfucker, hold his motherfucking feet to the fire.
We know, man. We all got to do that, bro. But he's gonna be the head coach next year. So what can we do, man? Like we can sit here and hold him to the fire.
We gotta eat this one out and wait on B-Flow.
At least, like we was talking about late in the season, delegate your play calling responsibilities to your offensive coordinator.
He ain't gonna do that.
Well, there's the door, motherfucker. Or
It's
you know
gonna
what?
happen.
Let's
We just gotta eat
or
this year. We
or
gotta
you
eat
know
this
what? Let's just
2026.
demote you to
It's
offensive
over with.
coordinator.
They ain't gonna do it.
But
This
y'all
was
know,
And then
gonna
we'll
happen.
promote Flores to head coach.
but listen,
Dale,
y'all.
this was gonna happen, Dale. KOC is gonna go out there and stink it up. That's why B-Flow signed. He know he gonna stink it up. And there you go. Easy job, franchise quarterback, and we're gonna run it like I want to run it, because the players love him anyway. They know KOC full of shit now.
If we bring in highly touted free agent quarterback or trade for one, we're cooking in a built-in excuse again. Last year, it was the offensive line health.
Mhm.
Man, don't
Now it'll
look.
be, well, we have this quarterback and we have this other quarterback. Let's pull him and see what he does. Let's pull him and see what he does. Fuck that,
Are you
man.
preparing for? Are you talking about for 2026 or 2027? I'm on to 2027
But Dre, we
with
can't do that,
Bebo.
man. Dre, you can't do that. We can't say, hey, we want the Vikings to be successful, but then say, all right, they're gonna be ass off the rip in 26, man. You know what I
It
mean? We
really
can't bring
be
that.
like that. You
We
sound
can't bring
like
that
you
energy,
sound like
dog.
me when I was young. You sound like me when I was young.
No, but Dre, we got talent, man. If KOC changes ways, we can
Sound
win.
like me when I was young. Damn, you look
Or
like a young me.
so you think KOC ain't gonna change at all?
Have we won a Super Bowl yet?
Shit, bro. Hey,
Have I
we didn't
lied to you?
we
Let
didn't win
me
one with Zipper, dog.
let me ask you this.
At least we were slipping.
Let me ask you guys this. If we
Yeah.
draft a running hypothetically, if we draft a running back in the first round, do you think KOC will run the ball more?
No.
Would you force so what I'm asking is how can we
Mm.
force this motherfucker's hand to do the next right thing?
The Wills
Because
got to.
Let him
right now what I hear is we're giving him an excuse to bring in a quarterback from the outside.
Yeah, because at his presser the other day that you played, SKOL,
Mhm.
he said, I
Yeah,
want to go back to the things that we used to do.
facts.
That was enough said for me.
Hey, man. I've been saying I want
Damn.
KOC fired, dog. Middle of the season, I've been saying that. Shit before that.
He just told us that dead in the face just like that, dog.
Yeah.
With no
I mean,
security. There wasn't nobody there to found him or nothing. He just said they cool, calm, and collective. No media channel was like, what the hell is you talking about? The same we used to do. Do you see? Where have we got progress? You got no wins out of it.
Cause look, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to squeeze this motherfucker off the squad. I don't know if
mhm.
you noticed or not, but like my options that I'm giving to you guys is
Yeah,
to
yeah.
funnel this motherfucker out the fucking building, man. It's a
You gotta
wide
get one of
entrance
these,
and small
dog.
motherfucking exit, just like a funnel.
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta get one of these, dog.
What's that,
Don't let
man?
him off the hook.
Oh, yeah,
Get
I like that, man. I like that, man.
your helmet head, man.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, God time say Flores is taking a head coach job. He is doing this as a favor so we don't miss out on draft pick compensation. Damn, y'all think that's real?
Man, sometimes we can have our imaginations, but reality is what it is, what it is. KOC
Flores,
ain't going nowhere. That's why I'm prepared to eat the 26th season. I'm just
Flores
prepared
is
to
a,
eat that.
Flores is applying pressure. That's
Mm,
what
Yes.
Flores is doing.
I think
mm,
he finna sabotage his ass.
He's doing exactly what I'm talking about doing.
mm-hmm.
And he got a franchise quarterback to walk into,
We'll see,
unlike
man.
Pittsburgh and
We'll
all
see.
them.
We'll see. Hey, man, so y'all give y'all last thoughts right quick, man. I gotta get up out of here in a minute. So whoever
I
want to
gotta go,
start it off.
bro. Go ahead, Dale.
I think I already said everything I needed to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited for Brian Flores to be here.
Facts.
Yo, Mr. Brian Flores obviously love us, man.
Right,
You know,
right.
we just need to reciprocate. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah.
only keep what you have by giving
Mm.
it away. And that's what the dude is trying to show us, man. You know
And
what I mean?
one question to that, one rebuttal to that. When you say reciprocate, you mean the offense reciprocate to the defense?
In several ways, my friend, in several ways. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying? I'm just talking about our front office specifically regarding Brian Flores. You know
right.
what I'm saying? He's putting his hand out to shake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do you want to
yeah.
do I love you? Do you love me? Is I is or is I ain't your baby?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you got these motherfucking chuckleheads on the side talking about, oh, we need this and that. No, Brian Flores is just like, do you want me?
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I just got to
Yep.
say,
Go ahead, Dre.
shout out to the Purple People Eater gang. If y'all gonna roll with us, roll with us. Y'all fake KOC fans, get the fuck out the way. For real. This shit getting serious now, man.
Get real, man. We got Flo on the line, man.
Yeah, this shit getting serious, man.
Yeah,
Damn your quarterback, backups, and all that. Just go out and play. And play hard and hold people accountable.
Yeah.
Man, them KOC fans, some sellouts just to make another excuse just to keep this sucker.
They protect like they protected Kurt, man. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Protected Kurt for 6
Y'all
years,
stay
man.
up, man.
Y'all
Peace
still
out.
hold it down, man. I'm gonna let
Hey,
y'all next time.
thanks for having me on, man. Peace, y'all.
For sure, man.
All right,
For sure, man. Y'all hold it down, man. Man, shout out Dre and Dell in the building, bro. You hear me? Coming on here saying how they feel, man. Heavy. Real shit, man. Time to start holding people accountable, dog. KOC, whoever else. B-Flow is back, but for how long? Do the Steelers come offer him something? Do the Ravens come offer him something? We shall see, dog. But right now, you be happy about the situation. But at the end of the day, just understand, like, if a head coach job is offered, he can't be gone, bro, quickly and swiftly. So definitely appreciate and don't take B-Flow for granted, man. Heavy, you know? And to KOC, like me and Dale and Dre just said, huh? It's on you, KOC. Are you gonna step up? Are you gonna really develop a quarterback, bro? Are you gonna get out your ego? All that dumb shit you said in the presser, that's how you really feel about your quarterback? Then why you in the building any damn way, homie? Yeah. Why you draft him anyway, homie? If you weren't gonna put your best foot forward and really put the work in with him, what the hell you draft him for, dummy? Huh? And to the Wills, man. If KOC pull this same bullshit next year, I hope y'all are prepared to put your damn foot down, man. Straight up. Drop your nuts for once, Wills. I repeat, man, drop your nuts for damn once. Unless y'all just cool with being average and mediocre. The Minnesota Vikings nice way. It's been that way for damn years, homie. Yeah. You didn't want Harbaugh because he was too, prideful, too aggressive for you, huh? So you wanted KOC. Well, boom. Put some fire under his ass for real, homie. Hold KOC accountable for once, homie. Yeah. Y'all talking about multiple Super Bowls, this and that. Well, go prove it then, Wills. Because it's starting to look like a bunch of talking out the side of your neck, talking out your damn ass, homie, early. And real fans, real Vikings fans deserve better, homie. I don't care how old they are, how young they are. I'm talking about the real fans who really hold it down, man, and ride for the Vikings. You hear me? Heavy. Enough is enough, bro. All this talent on the damn roster, and we ain't in the damn playoffs? Huh? Come on, man. B-Flow is back, man. Make sure y'all keep him in that bitch, huh? Yeah. Brian Flores, the best thing that ever happened to this Vikings regime. And you lose him, guess what, homie? It's over with. Straight up. Ain't no replacing a B-Flow. SKOL Vikes, man. I'll let y'all later. You know what it is, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with everybody you know. I'll see y'all Friday night, man. Lock in with me, homie. SKOL Vikes to the motherfucking gristle. Down at the levee. We going fishing at the levee. Yeah. SKOL Vikes.